Hey Peter, so the next set of questions is, what is it about TechNet Wiki that interests you?
Um, yeah, of course, the cooperation of it, and that's a kind of a different thing. Like, for example, the TechNet forums is that in most of the cases, TechNet forums, for example, is a rather an ask and a question and response to that one. And in most of the cases, these articles are sitting there and not reviewed anymore. And that's kind of a different thing in TechNet Wiki. What interests me the most is they're kept alive. They are a long time investment in a few things. And for example, we have quite interesting collections on build numbers on platforms that are actually revisited and renewed over time. Most of the long list articles are updated very frequently, but are still there since the early start of the TechNet Wiki, and that's one of the interesting things. So cooperation and the long-term investment actually that are people putting in the TechNet Wiki it's a quite a different approach from blogs and from forums, and that's what I like very much on that one. So very much.
Okay.
Right.
All right. So in what other sites and communities do you contribute your technical knowledge?
Yes, I mentioned the one of the most favorite, the one I visit more is actually one of the forums, and historically it was the FIM or the MIM forum actually right now. Although that I have been spending my attention right now also for the TechNet Wiki blog, forum, sorry, because for one strange reason actually the Wiki forum is a sort of open forum, and people tend to post quite some questions in the Wiki forum which are not always related to Wiki, so I spend quite some time to keep it clean as such. What I always try to do is actually, if I get divert questions, is also try to at least give them a basic answer and to get them started, because usually you see if you get the first answer on a forum, then people start talking about it and then they get the proper attention to it. That's one thing. Second thing, what people probably have known, have noticed already, is that our wiki blog is very active, and we have been building quite some community around it. We have some agenda for bloggers and so on, so we get actually a very nice frequent role on the wiki blog. Plus on that one is quite recently, together with Ronan and Ed and a few others, we have been starting the Forum Ninjas blog also for the exact same reason, but to combine both worlds actually, and to get more attention from people from the forums on that one. So there we go. And last but not least, but as you see, I spend a lot of time on the TechNet and MSDN blogs. I have my own blog also on WordPress on Identity Underground. I tend to post a few more technical content on that one, or a test post, or something that pops up, or is pretty recent on a few things, and in most of the cases he has a sort of external memory of a few things. Also, what I try to do is post some technical content on my blog, which is a really practical solution for some issues, and more, of course, related to MIM or FIM, in that case, identity.
Okay, that's great. Thank you. And you've already covered a little bit, but welcome to use this to deep dive a little bit more. Is that on what wiki articles do you spend most of your time?
One of the things I already mentioned is a more technical content for FIM or MIM, but one of the things I'm kind of a special in, and because of my role on wiki governance, actually I almost scan every new article, try to format it in a sort of structured, uniform way. Also trying to push new editors or the editors into to keep that formal, strictly wiki content like input. As you will see, we have a lot of new people joining every week, every month, and they are not always used to the way that the wiki works. So we try to format and push them in a sort of uniform way, like for example removing personalization, try to keep it in an open format in a more attractive way, actually, that the community can contribute actually to these articles. And as you might have noticed, actually a few weeks ago I tried to clean up the new article section, actually for tracking the new articles and getting the proper attention to these things. Sadly enough, also is that actually even on a daily, weekly basis, we spend of actually I and a lot of people helping me out on the spam management. We spend actually quite a lot of time actually on keeping the spam under control. Right now, there is no automated spam management as such as we have rolled out actually a few weeks ago on the blogs. It's coming up. There's no timeline yet, but that would help us a lot actually to get a better quality on the tech.